I warned you this could happen. Mexico just shut down one of the easiest ways to obtain residency. But don't panic, I'll break down exactly what you need to know to obtain residency in Mexico in 2025. Let's get it. As of March 14th, 2025, Mexico's regularization program for foreigners, the RNE program, has undergone a massive change, and not in a good way for most people. The program first appeared out of nowhere in 2021, allowing anyone who had overstayed a visa and had previously visited Mexico within the last 10 years to obtain temporary residency for up to 4 years without proving financial solvency. The biggest benefits of the RNE program were twofold: no financial solvency required and up to 4 years of temporary residency from the start. But as of March 14th, the program has taken a drastic turn. Now only a small group of people are still eligible. In order to qualify for the RNE program right now, you must have entered Mexico in or before 2022. You must have also overstayed your tourist visa or have an expired temporary residency card. And you must have never left Mexico since coming in 2022. So the last part is the biggest change. If you've come to Mexico in 2022, but you left at some point in 23, 24, or 25, you no longer qualify for the RNE program. And that's the biggest change that has disqualified most people, is that they came and then they left and then they came back, right? So if that is the case, you no longer qualify for the RNE program. And this is a major shift because many people plan to enter on a tourist visa, overstay the visa, and then apply for residency through the RNE program. That loophole in Mexico's generosity is officially done. What do you do now? If you were counting on the RNE program, it's time for a new plan. The good news is Mexico's traditional immigration route for temporary and permanent residency is still available, and it's very easy to obtain. But here's the catch. The process of obtaining temporary or permanent residency in Mexico requires financial proof and a little more effort than the RNE program. Look, I want you to be fully prepared for your move and to do it with confidence. If you're not already in the Roadmap to Expat coaching program, you're missing out. Last month, we did a live session on all things immigration, including speaking with a subject matter expert, an immigration attorney here in Merida. We also provided step-by-step guidance for getting your residency. Join us this Saturday at 9 a.m. Mexico City time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be doing a deep dive into Mexico's healthcare system. Lifetime memberships for the Roadmap to Expat coaching program are still available. Check out the link in the description notes below and also above. I've always told my clients that the RNE program appeared suddenly and it could disappear just as fast. And that's why the traditional residency route should always be your plan A. And now that the RNE program has been drastically changed, that advice is truer than ever. The traditional residency process actually has 3 hurdles to overcome. If you're applying for temporary or permanent residency in Mexico, here's what you need to do to prepare. The first thing you need to do is get an appointment at a Mexican consulate in the United States or just outside of Mexico. Now, getting an appointment can be a little difficult and every consulate is a little different. So making sure you know what the closest consulate is, which consulates are easier to work with, which consulates will actually accept your appointment via email or online is super important. Providing the correct documents to proving financial solvency is obstacle number 2. Some consulates required certified documents from a bank, and if you bank online, it's kind of hard to get. And if you're employed, some consulates require a letter from your employer stating that they know that you're going to be working from Mexico. The last part is step number 3 is completing the canje process here in Mexico. The rules vary at each and every immigration office here in Mexico on how to get an appointment, what the process is, etc., etc. And so completing the canje process here in Mexico really does require some local knowledge about what the current rules and regulations are at this particular moment for that office, how they manage the appointments and things of that nature. So once you have your appointment at a Mexican consulate outside of Mexico, the biggest obstacle for a lot of folks was the financial solvency portion. Let me update you on what the current requirements are for a lot of consulates across the country for the financial part. If you're applying for temporary residency based on income from your employer, you must show a post-tax income of at least 300 times the federal Mexican daily minimum wage, which is 278.8 pesos right now in most of the country. It's a little bit higher if you're living closer to the border states of Mexico. Now, that 278.8 pesos at a 20-to-1 exchange rate is roughly $14. It's like $13.94, give or take. So 300 times that $14 would mean you need 83,640 Mexican pesos, or the equivalent of $4,182 per month based on a 20-to-1 USD exchange rate. Applying for temporary residency based on income, you must provide proof for at least 6 months of bank statements of that amount being deposited into your account post-tax. Now, I can tell you that just in this last week, with all the things happening with tariffs and trade wars and things of that nature, the dollar has lost its value to the peso. So we were up towards 21, 22, and now it's been below 20 for the last couple of weeks. So the fluctuation of the dollar will impact the financial requirements that you have for financial solvency. Now, if you want to qualify for temporary residency based on savings, you must show at least 5,000 times the daily minimum federal wage, again, which was 278 pesos, the equivalent of $69,700 at a 20-to-1 exchange rate. And you must have that amount in your account for 12 months. Last but not least, if you're applying for permanent residency, my daughter and I started off as permanent residents in 2019, and we had to show 20,000 times the daily minimum wage in investments or savings account. And so 20,000 times the federal daily minimum wage today is 5,576,000 Mexican pesos. At a 20-to-1 exchange rate, that's over 278,000 USD in an account for over 12 months. Now, that amount is significantly different from 2019, but that's what you would need in order to qualify for permanent residency. Also, some consulates, depending on your age, like even if I had $278,000 in the bank right now and I was applying at my age of 50, I still wouldn't qualify for permanent residency based on the rules that changed in 2020. So even if you do qualify financially, some consulates will still only give you temporary residency if you're not of retirement age. It is at the discretion of the consulate in terms on whether or not you get permanent or temporary residency right up front. If you're serious about moving to Mexico, now is the time to start building your MexitPlan. Join the Roadmap to Expat coaching program, get step-by-step guidance on your plan, learn from me and the alumni of the program, as well as subject matter experts in a variety of critical subjects like immigration. I hope to see you on the inside of the Roadmap to Coaching program. Until next time, MexitPlans Monty, I'm out.